Hello, my name is Jessica Moran. I am currently a Los Banos Unified School District Board Trustee, but you can just refer to me as Jessica. And today I'm going to go ahead and read to you a book. It's called Before She Was Harriet, and I hope you really enjoy the book and enjoy your time with me today. So we'll go ahead and get started. Before She Was Harriet. There's a nice illustration as soon as you open the book. And hopefully you know who Harriet is. So hopefully you've been studying all February and seeing other videos about Black History Month. And so hopefully you know who Harriet is. So again, Before She Was Harriet. It says here she sits, an old woman, tired and worn, her legs stiff, her back achy. And do you see her? She does look a little tired, doesn't she? I'm going to show you the picture and then I'm going to read you. The words are on the other page. But before wrinkles formed and her eyes filled, before she reached her twilight years, she could walk for miles and see clearly under a sky lit only with stars. Before she was an old woman, she was a suffragist, a woman, a voice for women who had none in marriages, in courts, in voting booths. Before her voice became soft and raspy, it was loud and angry, rising above injustice. And it says here, National American Woman Suffrage Association. Before she was a suffragist, she was General Tubman, rising out of the fog, armed with courage, strong in the face of rebels and planters and overseers, as they watched fields burn and bridges fall, and 700 slaves stop chopping and start running for a woman who ferried them to freedom, and the Combine River turned River Jordan. Very courageous woman to be doing this at such a young age, right? Before she was General Tubman, she was a Union spy, carrying secrets across battlefields to soldiers fighting in the Civil War for President Lincoln to end slavery. Again, so courageous and just someone to really admire for her bravery. But before she was a Union spy, she was a nurse, caring for those hit with bullets and hatred and fear, tending to them with bondages and swords in the bloody dirt of the southern soil. You can see here, she's taking care of the gentleman lying on the bed. So she was a nurse too. She did a lot. But before she was a nurse, she was Aunt Harriet, daughter of Ben and Rit, who helped her parents flee her master and find their way through woods and streams to the safety of Canada and a new home in the north. So she was also really good to her family. She was there. She cared for them. But there's more. Before she was Aunt Harriet, she was Moses, a conductor on an underground railroad with no trains and no tracks, just passengers traveling to freedom up north, through swamps, past slave catches, across rivers, under the cover of night. You could see them there. Seeking the promised land For her people, led by dreams and God and faith, a wisp of a woman with the courage of a lion. So remember, we were saying that she's been so courageous, all the things that she did for so many. Before she was Moses, she was Minty of Maryland, of one slave owner, and then others who worked her, punished her with lashes, broke her back, but not her spirit. So she was a slave, and she worked really, really hard and often felt those repercussions from the slave owners that were not so nice to her. But she never let that break her spirit. Before she was Minty, she was Araminta, a young girl taught by her father to read the woods and the stars at night, reading for the day. She'd leave behind slavery along with her name and pick a new one, Harriet. So did you know her name was actually not Harriet? Did you know that she changed it? And remember her days as a suffrage, as a general, as a spy, as a nurse, as Aunt Harriet, as Moses, and as a conductor. As Minty, as Arminta, who dreamed of living long enough one day to be old, stiff and achy, tired and worn and wrinkled and free. And that is the end of the book. Such a nice ending, right? To really know that she, even though she looks very fragile and old and so much history, she did so much for us. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you can pick up the book at some point and get to see it in your hands. And have a good rest of your day. Bye.